guys, it's here. This is the new table saw. The Evolution Power Tools Rage 5S. And we're going to put it together and run it through some paces and see what it does. This is supposed to be a pretty awesome little saw. It's supposed to cut metal and everything. So I'm curious to see how well it works. Plus that sliding table is just going to be handy as dickens, I tell you. Anyway, let's get it opened up and pop it together, and we'll go from there. Let's cue the time lapse. So I don't know if you could tell it or not, but when I first put together the stand, it wasn't sitting level. And come to find out, I had put this small bar here on the wrong side of this, so this was falling all the way through, and it was causing the whole table to sit, shoot, I'd probably say a 6 or 8 degree angle. So once I've reversed that, then it levels out. I'm all good. So there's one to pay attention to if you get one of these. So yeah, your blade adjustment for your height, and then you can tilt. You can actually push this in and adjust the tilt, but it moves freely enough. I don't really see the necessity of it. Hi, Doc. You can just move it on your own. The hose, it kind of tugs on it when you're angling it over, but I guess that's a small price to pay for having the better dust collection up there. And then under here, this lever releases and lets you slide your extension in and out, and then you can lock it down. And of course the fence is I haven't adjusted the fence yet, and when I put it up to the miter slot, I can tell it's out just a little bit, so I've got to adjust that here. There's no adjustment underneath here, so it's just these bolts and get the line up, tighten them down, hope for the best. The miter gauge works just fine, but the cool part is you put that little pin down there, it locks in, and then you can reach under there and turn that and sliding table. And it looks like with the blade that it's at, the height it's at right now, you get 15 inches there. So you can cut 2x12s easy enough. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to be able to make some nice big jigs for this thing. So then this one slides in and out, and there's tighteners for it there and there. And then you've got a little extension here, so you get 20 inches outside the blade. And with the extension all the way out, and the fence all the way over, you get 25 3/4. I might be a little off right there. It's supposed to be a 25 1/2, so I was stretching it, I guess. Yeah, 25 1/2, which means I can rip a 4x8 sheet directly down the middle by setting this right. So that's nice. Not that I do a whole lot of ripping sheet goods on a small table saw like this. And then the beauty of it all for me, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so the next thing is this area, and I'm going to build a drill press cabinet right here and get that over here where it's more usable. Right now it's kind of like when I'm drilling stuff, I'm gonna hit this and I keep having to adjust, so that's not working. So I'm going to move this down and build the cabinet kind of over it, so I'll have a stack or something with drawers or something, and then like a top that the drill press sits on, and I'll probably make a new table for it too, something a little better. So that is the next project, and the first project that the table saw will get used on. I've already got the plywood for it, I just have to build it. So that'll be the next one. Anyway, I suppose you're curious on how this table saw cuts, because this thing like cuts everything, literally. So that is what we're going to show you next. So as it turns out, by the way, this has a 1.25" dust port, not a 2 1/4, so I'm going to have to get an adapter to get my hose on it. So for now, we're just going to be shooting dust, but we're just going to make a few cuts. This is a piece of pecan, which is probably one of the hardest pieces of types of wood that I have around here. Oh, we'll use the slider, what the hell. There we go. And power. Not shabby. Now the blade that's on here is a multi-purpose blade. I have wood blades ordered for it. It does have a 5/8 arbor, but it's a very short arbor. And the blade that's on here actually has a 1-inch arbor, and they've got a washer. You put it one way and it fits a 1-inch arbor, and then you flip it over and you can use 5/8 blades on there. So I may put a 5/8 blade on here and you save this one for cutting metal, because that's what it is actually capable of. And to demonstrate, here's a nice big chunk of aluminum. Let's get enough out there that it doesn't fall down in there. Well, you don't hold it up against that plastic deal at all, do you? Okay. So let's see what this does. pretty slick. I can see where that would be useful. That actually cut that really nice. That little bit of sanding, I could have a small, polished, smooth surface. But that's not all it'll cut. Here is a piece of steel pipe. How many of you guys will put a steel pipe across your table saw? Bam! It cuts steel. Rather nicely, I might add. So this will be a handy saw for welding projects too. Especially if I'm doing any kind of panels of metal I need to cut shapes out. Yeah, I can see this as being a very useful saw. This is not a review. This is like the unboxing. I'm going to use it for a while and then I'll come back with a review of it. I mean, primarily I'm going to be doing wood stuff with it, but you never know. I mean, that gives me a lot of confidence right there that it just sliced through that pipe like it was nothing. Pretty slick. So anyway, guys, there is a link down below in the description to to where I bought it on Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so if you end up buying one, I get a couple bucks. So I appreciate that. If you end up needing a new table saw and you buy one, then I get $1 or $2. That'd be all right. Every bit counts, man. But yeah, there'll be a link to that, and check it out. You can go watch the little videos to it. Man, I'm kind of excited. This is like a kid in a candy store. Yes, precisely. That's the whole damn point of it. Big boy toys, right? Especially for a woodworker. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and check back from time to time and see how the saw comes around. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.